Hello, hello. My name is Mike Similiano.
And I'm Alex C. Mills.
This is Red Light on Fifth, and we're introducing Mr. Cole McDonnell. You can catch him hosting the most entertaining open mic in town at Buzzmill or playing bangers all around the city. Go check him out. Here he is.
Please leave me behind, says the body you used to reside. There's no use, no pathetic excuse to carry your soul around this town no more. So take what you must and all that you need has always seemed to be the reoccurring theme. You're a ghost haunting me most when I've gained the strength to grow. So take what you want, then leave me alone, leave me alone. Take my heart, my soul, my body, it's yours. Oh, my body was yours, but I'm just an empty shell, a vessel, stranded in hell. You left me here all alone. And I'll lay here sound asleep and dream of the day you disappeared.
Dude, Mr. Cole McDonnell, that was freaking awesome. Like, you guys have a gift, and you take us all around the world, man. I closed my eyes for a bit, and I was in Norway. What did you say, Alex? You were in?
I was in Northern Ireland,
Yeah,
looking at
man.
the North Sea, sheep herding me, sweater on, eating Dubliner with a hand-carved knife.
Yeah. Dude,
Man.
tell us first about one, your inspiration, and then two, how you, like, where you're getting it from, and then how you put it all together. Because some of those melodies were pretty nuts.
Well, thank you for having us here. This is a wonderful space, and I am from northeastern Pennsylvania. I'm from a little town, born and raised in Scranton, Pennsylvania. It is a real place. If you watch The Office, there's a Dunder Street and a Mifflin Avenue that intersect right in front of our Steamtown Mall. It's not a joke. It's a real place. We also have Cooper's Seafood. We don't have a Hooters, but I am very proud of where I come from. I've lived in Austin for 7 years now, and the one thing I really, really wish we had more of, and I'm sure I could find it if I looked hard enough, but I miss my endless mountains. I was raised in a family where we always went on nice hikes. We went camping a lot. I was a Boy Scout. I'm an Eagle Scout.
No way.
And I always, every month when I was growing up, we always went on trips up to northern New York, up in the Catskills. Mount Marcy is one of my favorite mountains in the Catskills. You should check it out, especially in the wintertime. And did you know that in the wintertime, there's such a thing as snow fleas? I didn't think that this was a real thing, but these are actual bugs, fleas that live in snow. Whoa. So if you go up to northern New York,
What color are they?
they're black. They're these big, it's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, the song is written, it's called Oh, the Mountain, How I Miss the Mountain. And it's just an ode to where I come from.
Heck yeah, man. That's freaking cool. Tell me more about this Eagle Scout stuff. You can like build proper fires and like do all sorts of knots.
Yeah. They when I was taking my life-saving merit badge, my favorite part was having to retrieve a bowling ball in the bottom of a pitch black lake in the middle of the summer. And in Pennsylvania, it does not get very warm. So the bottom of that lake is ice freaking cold. Whoa. And we were only given a couple attempts at a time. We would go down, try to find it. And that was one of the most eye-opening experiences I had with Scouts. Not only that, but having an Eagle project. We built a butterfly garden. We installed some new Blue Jay boxes and bat boxes as well, and we cleaned up the park. It was really great. It's a very fulfilling program, and I'm stoked to have been a part of it. And I can thank my parents for that. They're very supportive.
Heck yeah, dude. That's freaking cool. Back to the music. Some of those loops were pretty intense, man. I have always been fearful of playing to loops because I'm just like in my head that I'm gonna mess up or like hit it at the wrong time. Is it just like endless practice, or what? Like, do you remember the first time you played with a loop on stage?
Yeah, I've had that loop station. It's the RC30 from Boss. It's a great. I tell people it's the best tool that you can have in your arsenal as a guitarist because it gives you a lot of time to practice on your own. You can work on different songs on your own. You can write lead parts. It also has a built-in microphone, XLR input. So if you want to work on some vocal harmonies as well, it's really great, especially before you go to the studio. Yeah. So you can have everything built. I work really well alone. My most recent record, it's called Comfortable Silence.
Amazing, by the way.
It was, thank you. It was written over the course of about 8 months, and it was just maybe 30 minutes to an hour every day of just repeating the same loops. And there's another song on the record that we're getting ready to play live very soon at the ballroom at Spider House, which uses that same loop. It's called Wolfhound, and that one is another very intense piece off the record. But I feel very comfortable. I can play the whole record by myself if I want to. But my favorite thing is collaborating with other artists.
Yeah, man. Patrick on bass was freaking cool tonight.
Yeah, really he's cool. A wonderful musician that we have over at the Buzzmill as well.
So I feel like when I'm songwriting, it's easy to get stuck into like the formula, right? Where it's like verse, bridge, chorus, or last chorus. Mm-hmm. But you create these moments where like you just take off. Or like you'll hit a crescendo and then like, you take a breath, and like that suspense that you had as I was like freaking out when I was listening to some of the songs that you played. That is to me a awesome skill to have, and to break from like the traditional folk or country that inspires me. When you write a song, does the music come first or the structure? Do you have some sort of formula, or what's like the first step?
Yeah, I think it's just from kind of throwing throwing something at the canvas and seeing what sticks, and just experimenting. I mean, music is it's ever changing, and it's different for everybody. You know, you have some people that like to start with the drums when they're in the studio. A lot of people swear by that. Drums is always the last thing that I lay down when I'm recording a record, and it's weird to a lot of people, but for some reason, for me, I want to make sure that everything sounds good before I put the drums down.
Yeah.
It's everybody's different when they're doing it. But a lot of this stuff is recycled from years and years and years ago. Maybe a riff that I really liked.
So you'll bring back stuff that you just didn't finish?
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. There's actually one song on the record that was written about 8 years ago.
Heck yeah.
That was able to be used for this record now.
Nice.
Especially dealing with what I've been through over the last couple of years. But yeah, I love it, man.
So now that I have you here, I've heard rumors about that you grew up in some sort of trapeze family or around the carnival or something.
Yeah,
Tell me about that, because that's so cool.
Yeah, so when I was in 5th grade, my school offered intramural classes. So there was like hacky sack, there was like puppetry, there was hula hooping, and then there was another one that was juggling.
Yeah.
And I really latched onto it because I was good at it immediately. And I was the only person in my family that could do it. So of course you want to be different, you want to be unique. I mean, that's what this life is ultimately about, is being the best and as unique as you can with your time spent here. And I gravitated towards juggling, and I put it down for a while until I reached college. And then I was just bored one day, and then I picked up another object and then another, and I was able to achieve 5 balls juggling. And then I was dating a girl. I was dating a girl at the time who worked for a circus in New York, and she invited me to come work at this circus. It's called French Woods Festival of the Performing Arts, and it's a kids camp. It's a multi performance camp. So they have theater. A lot of these kids are actually auditioning for Broadway, and many of them have been accepted. One of our campers, she was just accepted for Wicked, which is amazing.
Whoa, so it's like hard to get into for kids, I assume.
Yes, and it's like you would have kids who were brought up by, like, I met Ben Stiller one summer.
Is he good at juggling too?
No, but he looks exactly like he does in the movies. He's got a big head and he's short, but he's a very, very cool dude. But yeah, no, working at that circus was incredible, and I had never been on a trapeze before. I walked high wire when I was in college, or tightrope, I should say, but they had a real high wire, and so I stepped on the high wire, and I was glued to it, and it was incredible. But the trapeze was really special because I have terrible acrophobia, which is fear of heights, and getting up on the catcher's bar where you're not strapped in and you're facing away from the flyer, and you're waiting for someone to hopefully not knee you in the face is very intense. And by the end of the class every day, my instructor, his name was Mike Baker, and he and his wife Bronwyn run an amazing trapeze school out in New Zealand. But they come to the United States every summer to run this circus camp. But he would be on the ground on this concrete floor in this outdoor circus gym, and he would be screaming at me for an hour straight while I have this metal bar. Just it's one of the most uncomfortable things, especially for somebody that's never done it. And then you have to hang from your knees, so all of your weight hangs on the backs of your knees, which are black and blue by the end of the day. And then the backs of your calves are ripped apart. So it's an incredibly intense process, but ultimately we're preparing for a show that happens at the end of 3 weeks, and we do 5 shows over the summer.
Oh my gosh, man!
Just a very, very incredible experience.
That's terrifying.
Insane.
So that I can hear it in your music. Dude, I mean,
interesting.
You took us on some trapeze there, man, for
Musical
for
circus.
Sure.
Yeah.
Musical circus. That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
It's like cinematic, and the melodies are just they're beautiful, man. They take you all over the place. And I've listened to the album a few times now. I turn it on during work, and it takes you places. It's really amazing. I know you got some shows coming up. I'm not sure when this is going to come out, but guys, don't sleep on Mr. Cole McDonnell. He's a phenomenal songwriter, and I'm super excited to see where you go with all this.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for having us today.
Yeah, and catch him at the Buzz Mill.
That's right. Come by the Buzz Mill every
Mondays.
Monday. We
Yeah.
do the Monday music open mic. We go from 8 until 10.
Sign up at 7. If you're there at 7:05, it's too late, guys. So
right.
get there right at
Fills up
7.
very quick. Yeah.
Well, let's hear some more of your songs, man. I'm pumped, and again, thank you so much for being here.
Gotcha. Let's do it.
See ya.
And in my darkest hours, as I'd wander through the valleys, I'd still stop and kneel to smell the flowers. And as the harsh winds blow, I'll stand right here to step into a wild unknown. And if your spirit dies, we'll have a chance to question faith and captivate some higher power. Yet if you're still unsure, I'll be right here to cast you back to the earth whence you came. But with what light we share, could you come down from your mountaintop and stand upon some common ground? I found a heart of gold. It lives right here, yet never found a place in your home. You'll be gone by the morning, I know, and all you'll need is an hour or so to dismember the Polaroids I hung in the hall. And mine was never your burden to bear, and yours was never a burden at all. But you'll be gone by the morning, I know. All you'll need is an hour or so to dismember the Polaroids I hung in the hall. Mine was never your burden to bear. Yours was never